Hi guys, this is Nicola from Proof Perfected, and this video is going to show you how to make a 50% rye sourdough, which is a classic German bread and one of my favorites and very hands-off and easy to make. Let's jump right in. First, you mix together 265 grams of water and 100 grams of mature and active starter. I use a 100% rye starter here. You can also use a wheat-based starter, which works as well, but I find that the taste is nicer if you use a rye starter. Now you just mix together the water and the starter until you've got a nice slurry. This can take a while. I use a simple spatula here, but if you have a Danish dough hook, this works even better. It's much faster. Now it's time to add 9 grams of salt and the flour. I use 200 grams of wholemeal rye and 200 grams of white flour. I say here 50 grams of bread flour and 150 grams of all-purpose, but I found it doesn't matter too much. I've used all-purpose only and bread flour only, and both turn out well. The mixing can be a little bit of a workout if you're not using a mixer, especially if you make dough for 2 or 3 loaves and this rye dough is really sticky. But don't worry, it will come together in the end. Just make sure that there are no more dry bits of flour. Once you're done mixing, cover your bowl and let the dough rest for 3 to 4 hours. This depends, of course, on your room temperature and also on your starter strength. So you need to keep an eye on your dough from time to time. What we're looking for is an increase in volume to about double. After the dough has risen enough, it's time for the fun part, the shaping. This is much easier than with wheat-based doughs. It's almost like playing with Play-Doh. Flour your work surface generously because this is very sticky dough, and then turn your dough out onto the work surface. Form your dough into a nice ball, like you see me do here. I use a dough scraper because it's less messy, but if you don't have one handy, you can simply use your hands. Flour the surface of your loaf. Put your loaf into a banneton. You can put it in upside down, like I do here, which will keep the surface nice and smooth so you can score it later. Or you can put it in the other way around, and then it will have cracks appearing while it proofs, which gives it a more rustic look. Cover your banneton and let it proof for 1 to 2 hours, again depending on your room temperature. After your loaf has increased in volume noticeably, you can turn it out onto some parchment paper, flour it and score it. I use an early version of the sonic lamb here, but any lamb will work. You can do nice and intricate patterns with rye loaves because there's not a lot of oven spring, so the pattern stays mostly intact during baking. Then put your loaf into a hot Dutch oven. This one here is cold for the purpose of making this video, and bake it at 240 Celsius, that's 470 Fahrenheit, for 45 to 50 minutes, and take the lid off after the first 15 minutes. Take your loaf out of the oven, let it cool a bit, if you can wait, and then enjoy! If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. And until next time, happy baking!